Good afternoon. First of all, let me thank AmCham for inviting me. I think I have been in this forum during the crisis period also. I can remember once I came here and had a discussion at a difficult time. I think I don't want to talk about that time. Again here, I think perhaps just to recap, we all know last couple of years has been difficult in terms of people, you as a group of people who are doing business, especially in the US as AmCham. I remember last time when I was in this forum, there are a lot of questions on the reserves, exchange rate, monetary policy, very high interest rates, the high taxes, fiscal and structural reforms, a lot of things were discussed. Then since then, we all know we have been on a steady recovery path, steadily in terms of achieving overall macro stability. Compared to last time in IOC and compared to now, I think if you can remember, I don't want to talk a lot about the past. I think we have very well documented in our annual economic review and Minister of Finance documents. We have been talking about this very much. So basically, I think what I can say, we have been able to complete full debt restructuring. Only a small part is left with the Sri Lankan Airlines. And also, the engage with the IMF continues to move in towards the program with the Extended Fund Facility. And so we have been able to address inflation, brought down the interest rates to a much more reasonable kind of normal levels. And also in terms of the exchange rate, we have been able to maintain some stability, build up our reserves. And also in terms of fiscal, obviously, with the leadership of Mahinda here as ST, both came together at the depth of the crisis when the economy was sliding down fast. So we together were able to make contributions and try to recover that. Fiscal consolidation is the most important reform that was a root cause of the whole economic crisis we had in the even past as well as recent one with the sovereign debt crisis, foreign exchange management crisis, all this. So basically, until recently, we have been on from 23 second half, turned the economy into a positive growth trajectory on quarter-on-quarter basis. And we have 6 consecutive positive growth. It continued at 5% growth, and this year we also hoping or and above last year 5% growth. So steady economic recovery and also macroeconomic stability, that we were basically on the same path despite changing political administration, government changing several times, but still good part of that is that overall package went in the same direction. Some continuity of the reforms and continuity of the macroeconomic reforms and stability. As a result, country has been coming out of the crisis and now moving into achieve stability and then towards a recovery path. So all that happened, but new latest challenge until 2nd of April, we saw, we were obviously going in the same direction. But then we had this announcement by the US government, as a lot of people better than me about this, people who are doing business with the United States, mainly the liberal private sector economy, doing business with private sector, not much government. It's all our large market access, one of the largest export market, one of the largest kind of investment in terms of Sri Lankan bonds and all these things. US investors have been investing. It's a very good collaboration, cooperation, and the positive outcomes we have had. And then uncertainty arose in 2nd of April with the announcement of this new reciprocal tariffs. Obviously, 44% announced against Sri Lankan exports to the US market. That's where the trajectory became uncertain going forward, especially on the external demand side of access to the US market. That's where I think I can remember we had a discussion with support from the AmCham, your members here. Also at the official level, we had a good discussion with the authorities from the official government, and then your members also have been very active, and also the people who are doing business with the US also have been very active trying to resolve this issue going forward. Obviously, if we had 44% tariff on our products to the US market, that obviously going to be a significant external shock. And this is something it could have had adverse impact, especially while we are in the process of building buffers of overall macroeconomy in terms of reserves, in terms of current account surpluses, in terms of fiscal consolidation, in terms of economic recovery. We are not fully up to the point that we can be more comfortable. So we are in the process of recovering and building buffers, but not sufficient for us to meet that kind of signal shock. Luckily, there was an announcement to delay the implementation of 44%. We have this 90-day pause, and during which basically there was a space for us to negotiate and discuss with the US administration. I think government took a very proactive approach. Soon after immediately after the announcement, government president wrote a letter, Secretary of Treasury wrote letters, and asking to engage, and there has been a number of good engagements on both in virtual forms with the USTR, as well as two in-person meetings. This last week we also had a second round of meetings with USTR. I think I can say the discussion are very progressive, positive, and we have made good progress. So I think in the meantime also, although there are some uncertainties still, from the very strong position that US had at the beginning of 44% against Sri Lanka, I think 145% against China, and some of the higher tariffs on still some of the countries situation has been relaxed a little bit, and rates have come down in the right direction, but still we live in an uncertain world. That's why we can't be complacent. We have to work towards achieving, at least for Sri Lanka, there are two impacts. One is there's already, because of the uncertainty of the global trade, even IMF has now revised downwards the global economic outlook. So that's one impact. Basically, we are not going to see same kind of external demand even for our products, even with the same level of tariffs if we are able to negotiate. Because of the global demand, this uncertainty is going to be lower than, at least in near term, would be lower than what we thought earlier. That's one part. So secondly, if we are not being able to negotiate a reasonable deal on a comparative basis with our competitors, that's also going to have a specific impact on external demand for our goods and services to the US market. That's the second part. So we will have to wait and see what is the impact of the second part. We are trying to mitigate and manage that part. But first part is clear. That is where I think one of the reasons why we relaxed monetary policy, reduced 25 basis points monetary policy last year, as last review, is basically in response to still little lower external demand already factored in for balance period of this year, as well as inflation that we thought was going to be a lower path than what we expected in earlier monetary policy reviews. So as a result, we have been, because that's good part of that, we have been able to build buffers in terms of monetary policy that we are able to use that. Even going forward, we have some space for us to be able to use that from the monetary policy side. And although we are not fully full kind of sufficient buffers, we have some space there. Both external resources, we have been on the path of building, so we can somehow use part of the resource if we need to be used in case of external shock. Even from the fiscal side, today morning when President announced at the tax forum, this announcement of the tax week, they also mentioned the government revenues have also been performing better than expected so far in terms of, I think last 2 years, one positive development I see on the fiscal side also, thanks to the Minister of Finance, is that historically we had never seen a situation where government has been announcing revenue targets, expenditure targets, fiscal deficits in the budget, but what has been delivered has been a much lower performance. But last couple of years, including this year, performance has been at least on the target or better than the target or performance I think this is the first time in the history for a long period that fiscal credibility has been gained. As a result, there's investor confidence will be there, and also created sufficient buffers if needed for the fiscal side to respond. So we have monetary policy buffers, we have fiscal buffers, we have exchange reserve buffers to a certain extent. But then meantime, what can we do? That's a short-term space buffers are there, but in the longer term, there can't be continuous use of buffers to mitigate those shocks. For example, we are saying during the COVID period, countries those had buffers were able to use at least 1 or 2 years to mitigate the risk. But if that continued, then it will be a bigger problem. That is where during over a period, medium to long-term period, that's where you as business people will think about how to diversify your businesses to mitigate this risk. That's where from the government as well as private sector side. What you need to do basically is short-term government monetary policy, fiscal policy can provide some support. But going forward, it's up to you to diversify the markets, diversify products, to mitigate, basically move into a different value chains and have more access to regional businesses and other markets is the way to go ahead. You can't do it overnight, but this is the way, I think, as far as I can see from the business point of view. Private sector point of view, you also need to prepare, need to work on that, need to have kind of a buffer. One thing is to, even the private sector, create buffers for us to meet in an event of a shock. And once you use the buffers for short term, but in the medium term, you need to change your strategies. How to continue improve your businesses, continue to grow while diversifying your products and the market. That's I think next step that has to happen. In the meantime, from the government side, Minister of Finance, Minister of Trade, and our delegation are doing our best to basically come to an agreement, have an understanding with the US authorities to minimize the impact on this new global trade kind of tariffs or uncertainties on our business or for Sri Lankan businesses. That's the second part. And also I would kindly urge people who have engagement, especially in the US businesses, mainly private sector driven businesses, and use your kind of engagement connections to influence and get the support for your businesses from your end. So this is where I think right now what is important for this chamber like AmCham, especially people who are doing business and you know better than us difficulties, problems, issues, and the benefits of the access in this market. And I think it needs to be a very collaborative approach. With both, this is why when AmCham, these people came and met me, I right away agreed to come and have a discussion with you at this point, how best we can collaborate to address this issue going forward, and how best we can, each of us and also your partners there, can help for us to mitigate this issue. So I think, I don't think I need to, I am happy to answer any questions. It's more effective if you have any questions so that I can ask those questions. I don't think I need to talk here a lot about the economy. I think you're talking too much about the economy and monetary policy. I've been talking about position is very clear. I think we have been in a good recovery path, and we hope we can continue. And I'm sure, even with this kind of a shock, I think I'm sure we can manage the situation because we are building our buffers. It's not like if we had this kind of shock 2 years ago, we would be in a much deeper crisis because we didn't have any buffers that time. Now the advantage is that the right policies, we have been able to build some buffers, so we can use some of the buffers to mitigate that in the short term. And going forward, we need to change our strategies. So let me stop here. I don't think we have some other events as well. So in the interest of time, I'm happy to have a Q&A session and have some discussion with that. Thank you.